Hello! Welcome to the Julia, Patchoulia, Schoolia of Chaos. I am just surrounded by so much stuff on my little orange bench slash couch thing I have in my office. And that's because we are going to talk about essential oil supplies today. So I just kind of like grabbed everything and threw them on here so I can show you guys. Also a little bit of chaotic, hey Amy, because some of you may know this, some of you might not know, but I am, one of my jobs during the day is being a historic cook. And so in the last 4 or 5 months, I've started a food history blog, and I was like totally rushing to finish my latest post. It's all about apple bread, and I hit publish at like 6:30, and then I realized, I haven't planned Julia, Patchoulia, Schoolia yet. So, I mean, I knew what I was going to say, but it's a matter of like getting the stuff and writing it down. So it's been a whirlwind half an hour of me running around the house getting ready for this. But why don't we just get started? If you've never joined me for one of these Julia, Patchoulia, Schoolia things, what it is just a monthly video. I come up with a theme for the month where I just talk a little bit, but I like to give people an opportunity if they want to ask me essential oil questions as well. They can ask me in this broadcast. So I do have my essential oil books just right over there. So if you ask me something that I don't quite know off the top of my head, I'll just go over there and look it up for you. I take these themes. Sometimes I talk to someone about stuff, or if people have a lot of questions about a certain topic, usually one kind of becomes apparent as the theme for the month. But also, sometimes people ask me, hey, I would love to see more information about this theme, and then I'm happy to do a video about it. So if there's something that I haven't quite covered that you want to find out more about, just let me know and I'll do one of these videos on your topic. Essential oil supplies. It's a very, very broad topic, right? So there's a few things I'm not going to really get into because I thought the video would just be like an hour and a half long. So in the interest of keeping things short, to the point, first of all, I'm not going to be talking about diffusers at all. So diffusers are a big part of essential oil supplies. And a few months ago, I did do Julia, Patchoulia, Schoolia on aromatic usage, and I go through 3 of the doTERRA diffusers that I have in my house and what the differences are between all of them. So if you want to check that out, just do a search for Schoolia. It'll come up, or diffuser, and it will come up in this group and you can watch it. Another thing I thought that would be kind of opening a can of worms is to talk about reference books. So that is probably another video. And I'm not really going to get into aromatherapy jewelry. There's so many great companies out there, and by all means, if you have a company that you've purchased something from and you love, please post it in the comments and, share. So I have a bracelet that I love wearing with different beads and lava beads, and it was a present from my mother-in-law, who I'm sure at some point is going to be watching this. So hi, Kathy. Because I have freckles, I always remember that the name of the little Etsy company that she got it from is Freckle Face Design. So Freckle Face, check it out. But if you have a company that you've purchased something from and you really love their aromatherapy jewelry, please post it in the comments. But I'm not really going to get any more into that topic other than that. So I am going to start with the stuff you can get from doTERRA. So if you're placing an order anyway, you can just tag these things that are often quite inexpensive onto your order, and it will help you with using essential oils and doing DIYs in your house. So I'll start out first of all with the things you can order from both the Canadian and the American warehouses. So it doesn't matter where you place your order from. If you're Canadian, you can actually order from both warehouses. And you will find, if you're in your online store, you will find these things under essential oils, and then there's a whole accessories category. So the first one I'm going to cover is, if I can find it, here it is, the keychain pouch. So you can put this on your keychain or in your bag. It's a little pouch, and inside is 8 little, they're 5/8 grams is the size, little tiny essential oil bottles, so you can always have your favorite essential oils with you. doTERRA also, you can order these little bottles straight from doTERRA. So if you have a friend who, I don't know, has headaches and you want to give them peppermint essential oil to try, you can give away your little bottles that come with this, and you can reorder more as well. So this is really handy to have stuff on the go. What else do we got? Ooh, bottle cap stickers. So every wholesale customer, these days you'll get this fantastic little soft cover resource book from the doTERRA when you become a wholesale customer. If you joined doTERRA before this became a thing that they sent out, what I'll do is I'll post a link to the online book that you can read. I'll post it up in the description after the video, and you can check it out. Anyway, no matter when you became a wholesale customer, you will get a page of stickers which you can place on the very top of your essential oil bottle, like this. I didn't realize that this sticker came to me until like 3 weeks maybe after I became a customer, and I spent so much time in the first few weeks taking an essential oil bottle out, what is it, putting it back in, going on to the next one until I found the bottle I actually wanted. So if you haven't found this, look in the little book that you got when you became a wholesale customer. There, it's in one of the pages, and then you can sticker the tops of all your bottles and make your life so much easier. Now, if you run out of these stickers, you can order more. So it's less than $1, I think, $1.75. No matter where you order from, it might be 75 cents from the American warehouse and $1 from the Canadian warehouse, something like that. So you can just tag this little sticker page onto your order, and then you can keep stickering the very top of your essential oil bottles. And from the Canadian warehouse, it comes in English and French. So the page I pulled actually is my French sticker page that I purchased pour mes amis en Québec. So yeah, so instead of cedarwood, it says bois de cèdre, which is very cool. All right. Next, what do we have? Oh, so doTERRA has a fantastic foaming hand wash, and when you buy that, you can get it with these foaming hand wash dispensers, but you can also just buy the dispenser if you're the type of person who thinks, I can DIY my own foaming hand wash, I just need a container to put it in. So this is like $2.50, I think, from the Canadian warehouse. Is quite inexpensive. So you can make your own clean, non-toxic, essential oil foaming hand wash, and just pop one of these onto your next doTERRA order. And then another thing you can get is a wooden box, which, where is the wooden box? Oh, it's underneath this other box. That's why I couldn't see it. So this one's very pretty. It says doTERRA on the top. And then inside is all compartmentalized, and I think you can fit 25 essential oils in this box. And this is great for the person who loves to keep everything very organized in alphabetical order. So this is something you can order as well. This is what I am using in my house, my little tickle trunk of essential oils. This here does not say doTERRA on the top. It is completely full. I have to get another box. But I just bought this from Dollarama, and I also have an art background. So for some reason, I really thought of the artist Anish Kapoor, Anish Kapoor is the most famous for doing that big bean sculpture in Chicago. But he also does these sculptures with this really vibrant ultramarine blue inside. For some reason, I thought of him. So I painted the inside ultramarine blue in honor of Anish Kapoor. When I was in grade 10, we went on a trip to Ottawa for school, and we were in the National Gallery. And I remember there was a security guard just standing next to Anish Kapoor sculpture who told people, do not put your head inside, otherwise it will come out covered in blue pigment. So I don't know, that memory really stuck with me. I thought it was really funny, and I really love that bright, vibrant color. So that's why I have it blue inside, although I'm a little bit tempted to paint it red with flowers on the outside in honor of Mr. Dressett's tickle trunk as well. Okay, so let's get back to what you can get from doTERRA. That's a little bit of an aside and like an art history Canadiana lesson. So that's the things you can order from both the Canadian and American warehouses. So there are some things that you can only order from the American warehouse. So if you're placing an order from the American warehouse, anyway, we have most items and essential oils and products in Canada, but there's still a few things you can only get from the US warehouse. So if you're placing an American warehouse order anyway, you can pop these things onto your order. And the first one is something that I don't have, but yeah, here we go. From the American warehouse, you can purchase child-proof caps. I don't have the container child-proof caps, but Deep Blue comes with a child-resistant cap on it, because you definitely don't want kids to get in this and like drink it. So you can get just the caps. It fits onto these little 5 milliliter bottles, and the caps also fit onto the larger 15 milliliter bottles. And I think it's pretty reasonable. I didn't write down the price, but I think you end up with 10 for $5 American. So this is great. You have small children, babies in your house. You just want to be careful. Get yourself some child-resistant caps, put them on your essential oil bottles, and then that way if your little one gets into a drawer or a box where they shouldn't, you don't have to worry about them doing bad things with these like really potent essential oils. All right. Then, brand new, you can actually order roller bottles. So I have some of them here. It's a 10 milliliter roller bottle. It's this very, very high quality roller bottle. It has a little metal ball on it, which has really great distribution. It doesn't like clog up or anything. Really even kind of spread. So these are the same roller bottles that doTERRA offers in their products, so they're really good quality. Those are $5 American for a pack of 6. You can also get spray bottles. They're 30 milliliter PET #1 plastic, and these are exactly the same spray bottles that the On Guard hand sanitizing mist come in, and the Terra Shield outdoor bug repellent spray comes in this bottle. So now you can just order them and use them to make your own concoctions. So these are $4 American for 3, a pack of 3. You can also get a pump that fits on the top of your doTERRA fractionated coconut oil bottle. I have the fractionated coconut oil, but I don't have the pump actually. But instead of this little squeezy thing with a hole, take that off, and then you'll have yourself a nice little pump to help you to dispense it maybe a little bit more cleanly. And the other thing you can get from doTERRA, which is super, super handy, is this little essential oil tool. Now, I didn't get this one from doTERRA, it's mine, but this tool is fantastic, especially with roller bottles. So you can use this little horseshoe shaped doohickey to go in here. It's going to go on, and then you can use it to wedge the very top of roller bottles off, and then you can use one of the holes when you push it back on to push it on securely so you don't have any leaks. These are also fantastic for removing these orifice reducers. An orifice reducer is this little thing that makes the essential oils come out in drops. You can just do the same thing, push it in, and it will help you to wedge it off really easily. Getting yourself one of these is going to make your DIY life with essential oils a lot easier. Okay, now I'm going to get on to reusing things. So I'm a big fan of reusing, reducing, recycling, so I always save all my empty bottles with doTERRA in the hopes that myself or someone will use them. So in about, has it been 3 years? It's been 2 years. In 2 years, I've emptied this many bottles. Now, a great tip if you want to reuse them is, let's say I want to make a concoction using lavender. I'll grab an empty lavender essential oil bottle, or maybe I want to put some Intune Focus Blend into like just a straight essential oil bottle. I'll grab an empty bottle of something that's in that blend. So Intune has frankincense in it, or patchouli, so I might want to grab one of those and use those. If you want to clean the bottle out, because you're not going to get 100% of the essential oil out, a good tip for doing this is get yourself a big glass jar, put some essential oils in it, take the lids and the orifice reducer off the essential oils, put them in the jar, mix them in with the Epsom salts, close it up, and just wait a few days. And the essential oils that are residue on the inside of the bottle will actually leach out into the Epsom salts, and then you can use that for bathing. So you may not want to do this with every single essential oil. So if it's a clove essential oil or something like oregano, something that's hot, that you definitely don't want to be sitting in a bathtub full of, that might be irritating, then you might not want to use this. But most essential oils, like floral essential oils, wood-based essential oils, are quite relaxing, and so you can put these in a bathtub. So why not sort of create your sort of like all-dressed essential oil Epsom salt blend in this way? Then from there, I would take the bottles, rinse them well, maybe in your bath water, and clean them really well as well. And then you can use them for anything. So if you want to remove the label, a great tip is use lemon essential oil. So peel the labels off, but you're going to be left with some residue, and lemon is an excellent natural goo gone. So you just take a few drops of lemon on a paper towel and rub it where the adhesive is. It will come right off. Really, any citrus essential oil will work, like wild orange, lime, tangerine, grapefruit, but I think lemon works a little bit better than the others. So that's another great tip for reusing your essential oil bottles. And I have a couple of attachments and accessories that I'll get into a little bit later that will really help you to reuse your old bottles for sure. Another great DIY favorite tip I have for people is how you get glass spray bottles for your DIY cleansers. So this is just my household spray. I don't know if you recognize the bottle, but it's just a mineral water bottle. So just get yourself some mineral water bottles. The taller ones, the little straw inside the spray bottle may not reach to the bottom. So maybe look for a shorter glass mineral water bottle style. Have some delicious drinks, and then wash it out, take the label off, use your lemon essential oil, and get yourself a plastic spray top, pop it on top. Then you have a fantastic glass spray bottle for your glass cleanser or your just general kitchen DIY cleansing spray too. And the reason why you actually want a glass or stainless steel or number one PET plastic storage containers for your essential oil creations is because if you use other plastics besides PET plastic, it's number one, the essential oils can actually degrade the plastic and kind of eat away with it, and then that plastic residue can get into your DIY personal care product or your cleaning product, which you probably don't want. So I do actually keep a huge variety of, glass bottles, mason jars, just to have them on hand. When I did my most recent DIY cleaning class, I realized how many glass bottles I have. I could probably do some purging. But just so I have a variety of shapes and sizes on hand, I do keep a whole bunch of them, just so I have them when I need them. I also look at the plastic containers I'm using, especially with my personal care, and I just look at the type of plastic. If it's PET number one, I'll keep a few of them. So this is the container from doTERRA's body butter, actually. So I just have a few of these that I've kept instead of recycling, and so I can have them, to make a DIY deodorant or an Epsom salt mix to give away or something like that. And this is even a shampoo bottle, which I've saved. It's number one PET plastic. And so I'm just keeping this, if I make like a shave gel or, something that requires a squeeze bottle, then I have something that's essential oil safe that I can keep. All right, now let's get to ordering supplies from places other than doTERRA. So personally, I have two favorite essential oil suppliers that have Canadian connections, and I've had both good experiences ordering from both places. So one is called Aromatools Canada, and the other one is My Essential Business. Now, My Essential Business is actually an entirely Canadian-owned company, and their office is in Toronto. So for these two companies being in Hamilton, I just order online and pay for shipping. But if you're in Toronto, or if you know, oh, I'll be driving through Toronto sometime soon, you can place an order and arrange to pick it up at the My Essential Business office in Toronto. It's actually in the neighborhood of the Science Centre. So you can save yourself a little bit of money on shipping if you live local, or maybe you're just driving through. Now, I know from talking to Amy Wellington and Jen Baker, they've ordered from other places as well. So I know that they've purchased supplies for their essential oils on Amazon, on eBay, and on wish.ca, I think. Am I right about that, Amy? We also have quite a few people in this group from Woodstock, that area, and from Sarnia as well. So another great supplier that Amy actually purchases some supply from is Purdy Naturals, and yeah, that's right, Purdy Natural in London. So if you're stopping through London, I think you can place your order online and pick it up in Purdy's Natural. Now, if you live in Hamilton, a great store that I have just found out about locally that has essential oil friendly supplies like glass spray bottles, glass soap hand pumps. Oh, Candora Soap. Oh, thank you, Amy. What else did they have in there? Like fantastic little metal tins. And even if you're just looking for plastic household supplies, this store is great. It's called the Pale Blue Dot. It's on James Street North. And even if you're not in Hamilton, I think on their website, they do online shopping as well. So you can check out the Pale Blue Dot. They have some really great stuff there. All right. So I'm just going to kind of go through the rest of my stuff in the box and make some suggestion of some things that you might want to order from these places. Now, really, I'll put the links to Aromatools Canada and My Essential Business, and probably Purdy's Natural and Candora Soap. I'll pop them up in the description after here. So really, if you're curious about one supplier over the other, I'll put the Pale Blue Dot up there too. Why not? Then just go to their website and browse around for what they have. But I have some things here that I'm going to suggest to you that might be great to order. So you can get all different roller bottles. So what do I got here? You can get them all in a whole bunch of fantastic colors with like fancy like metallic lids and really cool things and different sizes. So in here I have a little 5 milliliter bottle. If you don't want a giant 10 milliliter bottle, you can get smaller sizes too. So these are great things if you're placing an order from one of these suppliers. I mean, get yourself one of these if you haven't already. These are fantastic. They're like usually $5 or $6 or so. So well worth the investment for one of these tools. Another great thing to get oh, here it is. It was under something. Is these little personal inhalers. So it comes all apart, but I have used all of mine. So I don't have any of them that are apart, but it does all come apart. And inside this little tubey part is a little wick, which looks like this. Then there's a little hole at the end, and you can smell the essential oils. It's great if you're in a scent-free environment, but you still want to benefit from essential oils. And to get a pack of these, it is very economical, so it's good to have on hand. really good to send to school with your kids too, come to think of it. If your kids want something to help them with their breathing, or maybe nausea, or just to help them relax and reduce anxiety and to help them to focus, sending them with a pack of these personal inhalers would be great, because a lot of schools may have some scent policies. So if you're ordering yourself a pack of these personal inhalers, at the same time, I recommend ordering a pack of the replacement wicks, because you do put 12 to 15 drops of essential oils on here, and it does last a really long time. Like if you use it often, even, you'll still have aroma after about 3 months, but eventually you're going to have to replace the wick. So at the same time, order a wick as you get these little inhalers that you can reuse. Another great thing to grab is some eyedropper things that screw on to the very top of your essential oil bottles. And I'm thinking of 2 specific essential oils. You're going to want one of these, probably 4. The first one is vetiver essential oil, which is by far the thickest essential oil I've ever encountered. It will take a long time for one drop to drip out if you're just trying to tip it out like you do most essential oils. So I have a dropper top on my vetiver. It makes my life a lot easier. Another essential oil that you may want to choose to have a dropper top on the top is myrrh essential oil. Now, myrrh becomes gunky. So for myself, sometimes I have trouble opening my myrrh essential oil bottle. For other people, I know the gunk kind of makes it so that it clogs up the hole so that you can't get the essential oil out. So it's just something that happens with myrrh. And if you love myrrh like I do, you just kind of put up with it. So putting a dropper top on your myrrh essential oil bottle will make things better for you too. The last one I'm going to talk about are these little spray tops. So these spray tops fit on the very top of both 5 milliliter and 15 milliliter essential oil bottles, and you would just trim the little tube down to size when you put it on your bottle. And this is really, really helping me with reusing my essential oil bottles and creating concoctions like I make skin serums all the time out of various things, so I can just reuse an empty essential oil bottle, put one of these on the top or maybe a dropper top, and that will help me to dispense it. What else could you use it for? Oh, hockey equipment, like sports equipment. You can make like a deodorizing spray. Just reuse an essential oil bottle. Pop one of these on top. DIY bug sprays, DIY hand sanitizers, the list goes on. And adding a pack of these onto your order is quite inexpensive, and it really opens up the possibilities of what you can do. So I haven't seen any questions come up. I'm really glad I didn't get into books, because this video would be so long. But if you're watching this video after the fact and you have some questions about what I've talked about, or maybe you just have a general essential oil question you'd like to be answered, please pop it down in the comments and I'll see that you wrote something, and I'll answer your question. Otherwise, I am going to say goodnight to all you guys and wish you a happy last weekend of summer, and hope everything goes well for you families who have people going back to school pretty soon. So enjoy your evening, everyone.